Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Tyro. I'm your host, Donwuns, and I'm joined again with
the Catfish Killer!
Catfish Killer! You know, I'm not going to call you by your other name anymore. You're the Catfish Killer now. You've argued with me too many times. Catfish Killer for life.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta train your humans.
Get that on your shirt. Catfish Killer for life. So, today we're going to talk about an anime/manga title because I believe you've read the manga for this, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I actually saw the anime too.
That makes it even better. I only watch anime. This is an anime I actually watched years ago, but I remember I watched the first 2 episodes and I said, no, I'm not doing this.
What? The dude waking up with the condition he's in, that then you weren't like, I want to see where this goes.
Guys, we're talking about Midori days, or Midori no Hibi, and basically, it's a very short premise. The premise is a delinquent dude wakes up with a girl on his right hand. The girl in question was a girl that had a crush on him. They don't even go to the same high school. The girl's very mousy. The guy's a delinquent. It's an odd couple pairing, but this couple pairing is literally in the palm of his hand. The girl is on his hand. And when I just heard the premise, I thought to myself, what? This must be the most perverted manga I've ever heard of in my life. He actually made a girl his right hand. I said, is there going to be some scene where she's helping him jack off or suck his balls or something? Because obviously, that's obviously part of the thrill of this whole thing. The girl's my hand. And I'm even more surprised that they haven't made a hentai of this. Because this is so, just the premise alone is like, come on. And they even address certain situations like that in the anime manga. So, I'm putting myself out there. I never watched the rest of the anime for a while. I mean, till recently, for about 10 years.
You never, or you did?
I watched 1 episode and I said no. Then everyone I knew said it was okay, and I thought nah. And then you put it on your I want to talk about this list, so now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it because there must be something to this if he's telling me he wants to talk about it. So I watched it and now I'm like, okay, maybe my thoughts on it were a little bit misconstrued.
Maybe you were the pervert.
Well, we'll get into the details of the show. So why don't you tell us, why do you want to speak about this? Why did you want to talk about this anyway? Because honestly, I didn't want to. Even though now I've seen it, I have something more to say. But what made you want to talk about it in the first place?
After finishing it, you still wouldn't want to talk about it at all?
I would comment, maybe. But I want to hear your thoughts on it. Like you put it down. I want to talk about why would you want to talk about this one. I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, I thought it was funny. It was an interesting concept. It relies less on ecchi stuff. I mean, there's still stuff in there, but it's not that bad. So, I don't know. I liked it.
Are you gonna make me do all the talking again?
Yeah, it's kind of entertaining too.
You do. I could tell because I got a lot to say on this one.
I could tell you have a lot to say. I don't have a lot to say actually. Okay. I thought the premise was weird. I thought it was funny. It was a short ride. You know, the anime's like 13 episodes. The manga's not that much longer. It has a little bit more characters and there's a little bit more going on, but it basically follows the same story, you know, arc, timeline, whatever you want to call it. So it's not that much longer, and you know, it's not overly drawn out in my mind, and it's good, readable, watchable. Go.
Thank you, sir. I will go. Basically, after I finished watching the anime, I said, okay, now I can see why people actually like this, because this isn't the overblown, perverted anime series I was expecting. And to be fair, there's anime with concepts that are not even close to this that are way more perverted. This show actually has a lot of sweet sentiment to it. It's cute, and there's I wouldn't even say there's fan service. They play on the situation, and the funny thing is, the guy is not happy with the situation. This is what made me think, okay, I can watch this now, because the guy's like, I got a girl in my hand, yeah, I'm gonna take it. No, he's like,
I want this bitch off my fucking hand.
Yeah, and she wants to be his hand. That's so it's kind of like, okay, I wasn't expecting this. So, and you know, the guy, even before the girl was on his hand, there's the episode, half the episode, you get to see he actually wants a girlfriend. It's actually funny because the guy is a delinquent, he goes to a lot of fights, but he begs girls to go out with him. So even when I rewatched the first episode again, I found myself thinking, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. And then when she came on his hand, I could see it wasn't a show about, it was about sexual tension just a little bit, but it was more to do about kind of dealing with your own shyness, kind of coming to grips with your feelings, getting closer to the person you like. It was earnest. It was innocent. I hate, it's funny. I never thought I'd say this about it. It was actually innocent, and it's like old boy said. It's very, very short. It concludes. It actually concludes, and it concludes the right way. It ends up like, okay, it ended, and it ended. It didn't drag on. I actually thought it wasn't going to end. I thought it was going to be the next season. You'll find out more of the information, but nope. One season, it ended. The animation was okay. It was actually better than I remember it being, to be honest with you. It actually looks clean. The character designs are just The dub is actually okay, even though I don't really like the mousy girl voice. Oh, damn, I'll do anything. I don't like those kind of characters. She was a bit too... But that's her character anyway, so the actress was appropriate for the role, so that's kind of irrelevant. On the whole, the sound was good. To be honest, it's a perfectly serviceable anime for what it's doing. I wouldn't really... This is one of those titles I actually didn't want to advise people to watch, because someone will say, what is this show about? Oh, it's about this guy that wakes up with a high school horny teenager looking for a girlfriend, and one day he wakes up with a girl in his hand. I mean, can you really blame me for assuming that this is going to be some ridiculous... In terms of anime as well, it really didn't have anything for me to feel positive towards about it, but I jumped the gun, and you did. You didn't even force you to watch it. I watched it, and now, it's perfectly innocent. It's actually okay. It could have been a little bit more passionate, especially the last episode where they... guys, this isn't a spoiler. They kind of get together. But the way it happens is kind of like... They did, but it's like, okay, you didn't really finish that off properly. They did, but they didn't. So it's like, you could have just took that one step further and I'd have been happy. But it was like... It just showed how innocent it was when they didn't go the extra mile at the very end. I was like, you might as well just be holding hand and say the end, because... This is kind of like, but so it was fine.
You know what this makes me think of is the hating girl. It's more funny than it is romantic to me, but I thought the comedy was good, especially like the gay dude, and I thought he actually would have been the main guy. I forget his name, but I thought the main guy would have been better off with the president. I think the class president that liked him.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more to it than just a dude with a girl on his hand, but. Ultimately, it's more funny than it is romantic.
I disagree. I actually didn't think it was funny, to be honest with you. I didn't say it wasn't like the jokes didn't make me laugh. They were just like, that was humorous. But I actually liked the romance more than the comedy. The comedy was there was a few funny bits. Don't get me wrong. There was one very good bit where they had a role reversal where he was on her hand, even though that turned out to be a dream, whatever. But it actually kind of wasn't a dream, even though it was a dream because they both had a dream. Either way. I felt like the hating girl's way funnier than this. Way, way funnier than this. But,
definitely.
But on the whole, it's perfectly innocent. And guys, if you're watching this video, you think, I can't believe Planet Tyro actually spoke about this one. Guys, I felt the same way. And I have to say, I was a little bit wrong. And if you look at the reviews and the ratings, it's actually rated very fairly, very positively. And now I know why. Because honestly, if I had to sum this up in a word, it's kind of innocent, to be honest with you. To my surprise.
Yeah, that's what we do here at Planet Tyro. We try to find gems that are overlooked, and we try to give it to other people, even if it's our own partners.
I wouldn't call this an overlooked gem, and the reason why is the comedy could have been better, the romance could have been better. They could have done the same premise better, to be honest. I just felt like...
Yeah, of course. I didn't say it's a work of art. I already said readable, watchable right off the bat.
Yeah, I agree. It's the definition of a watchable.
Yeah, but I mean, you watched one episode, then you gave it up, and then... You saw it on my list, you're like, oh fuck, and you reread it because of me.
Because of you. And honestly, if it wasn't for the situation with her on his hand, it would be a vanilla.
Very, very.
But that situation made it unique, and that was what makes it from vanilla to watchable for me. And that's a good example of how rating system people. So, guys, if you've already seen Midori no, and most people have, to my surprise, well, now not to my surprise, but this was an old one that everyone had seen, and I just avoided, and now... Old boy has shown me the light. Midori Days is okay.
Yeah, sometimes there's more to life than just looking at how you have a girl in your hand. Sometimes you gotta actually look at the story.
Whatever. Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below if you see Midori Days, if you've learned every few ways like me, Donald Wonder. And on that note, you can even Twitter me directly and say, you're late, at Planet Tyro. And you can also Twitter the Catface Killer at
_old boy and tell me, you were on time.
There you go. Sorry, people, this was hopefully a shorter one. It should have been. I think I ran on longer than I would have been. But it's time for members to end. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit that subscribe button if you want more content straight to our YouTube feed. And until the next one, guys, we'll say see you later.
Everybody has two names, right? You should be Motor Mouth.
Too generic. I want something a little bit more creative. So
okay, I'll work on it.
No, not from you. Not from you. Not from you, killer.
Hey, I gave you Dreamcast, which
shut up.
We still don't have a replacement name for whatever the fuck I'm doing, so might as well just reuse it.
Don't tell me your problems.